Beloved ones, we greet thee. The joy that it brings us is to say to you all that humanity has just shifted, changed the level of consciousness here on your earth. We bring you this series, Awakening to Oneness, because now it is time. It is time to understand that the challenges that you have been living on this planet for eons, the challenge of what you call the light versus the dark, the challenge is separation versus oneness. You will begin to understand more about who you are, why you are here, to drop the judgment which keeps you separate. And so, beloved ones, we invite you to join us to be an emissary of change, to uplift your own lives, and in doing so, supporting the upliftment of humanity. Join us. We will show you how. Hello, and welcome back. Here we are again.
For day 3 of Awakening to Oneness.
And Jules and I came in this morning, and as the case quite often, we have no idea what's going to happen. And then as we sat here in the last couple of minutes, they started to show us some of the things that are going to be happening today. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
But first of all, let's all intend to connect. And remember, bring your intention of the mind and the desire from the heart. And as we felt yesterday, one of the things that Alcazar is working with us on this is to connect energetically, feel the field, and stay connected. Not just a burst of connecting with everyone and then letting it go. See if we can hold this field. I'm still feeling it. We're doing great. Just intend to be connected to the thousands of people around the world. And if you're listening to a recording, connect in as well, because in the quantum field, we are all here now in this moment of now. It has nothing to do with time or place. Okay, the energy is going down a little. Let's see if we can intend again to get even stronger so that we can hold this field. Because what we got yesterday was that Alcazar wants us to be able to hold this energy field together and then direct it somewhere. Where, I don't know, and for what purpose, I don't know right now. But, okay, it's dropping a little. Just really bring your intention, your heart, and your mind, wanting to connect to thousands of people around the world in this global meditation. Okay, very good. I think that this is going to be really amazing when we can really create this oneness energetic. I can't imagine what Alcazar wants to do with it once we've managed to really hold this for a time. So what we were just getting as we were sat here waiting to connect with everyone was that yesterday we mentioned that Alcazar, or rather the indigenous people around the planet, not connected to each other, all have this understanding that when we change and evolve individually, we affect 7 generations into our past and 7 generations into the future. And what I realized this morning was 7 generations going back into the past. And I just counted them all up together, because you've got your parents, so that's 2 people, your grandparents, which is 4 people, your great-grandparents, which is 8 people, and back through 7 generations, I think it was 256?
254.
254 people. And as Alcazar said yesterday, many, if not all, of those have come back. They're in another body. They're here on the planet right now. And so as we change, as we evolve, we're supporting them in their evolution right now here on the planet. And so when you change, you're changing hundreds of people. And so that gives us another whole perspective.
Dana's saying you forget all the siblings and kids.
Well, yeah, we haven't forgotten those. We just haven't got to it yet.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
As soon as Prageet started to talk about it this morning, there was this energy that started to come in, because Prageet was like talking about doing the math and adding it up. And I was like, nah, we're not going to add it up. And I was like, whoa, okay, we should really add up these numbers.
So, as has been pointed out, there are also the siblings and children and grandchildren, if you have them. So what's happening is that we are being invited to influence these hundreds of people just by our change. So as we were tuning into this, then there was more information coming in. And so I think I'd like to just have Alcazar come in and explain it directly. Beloved ones, beloved friends, we are with you still. As we talk with you, we are bringing you gentle energies behind the words or with the words. And so we invite you to be very relaxed. Close your eyes if you wish. And just listen to our words. Do not make a big struggle to understand them. They will be quite simple. But be relaxed, because in that way you can receive the energies that we wish to caress you with. And so we wish to remind you what we have said for so many years. You create your own reality. And this is not just some strange woo-woo new age concept. Your science will tell you that the energy radiated from your brain-mind mechanism can be measured, not by little devices on the head or going into the brain. No, from outside. The radiation, the emanation from your brain can be measured. Similarly, your heart center radiates a very strong, energetic. It is measurable. And for many of your years now, you have had what is often called an aura camera that can actually take a photo of the energy radiating from all around your body. So, you are a constant, moment by moment, radiator of energies. And we have said that the quantum field responds to your thoughts, your feelings, your radiation. So let us just recap. What is the quantum field? This is a term that your science created. But this is the field of energy. We would suggest that spirit, God, whatever name you wish to put onto this vast consciousness, created that which we call the quantum field. The quantum field contains no thing, just energy. It is tiny, tiny pixels, if you like, or quanta, to use a scientific term. Microscopic, incredibly, incredibly, incredibly small little dots of energy. And it is these energies that come together to create, in your case, this physical dimension. They come together through your thought, through spirit's thought, through the thoughts of all the beings involved in the creation of this physical dimension and its ongoing creation. So, as we have said before, all the dimensions are within the quantum field. Your third dimension, your physical reality, is actually just a small part of creation. And also, as we have said before, intention draws the different quanta together to start to create. It creates atoms, molecules, and so on up the chain until it starts to create what you call physical reality. We have talked, just to give this overall picture, we have talked in the past about the nature of the atom and that you have your nucleus with electrons moving around it. Different numbers of electrons for different types of atom. But the distance between the nucleus and the electrons is very similar to the distance between your sun and your various planets. And from that image, you can see there are vast spaces between the sun and the planets. It is the same with your atoms. And your science will tell you that there is 99.999% space within the atom. And if you take that logic a little deeper, the atoms that make up the molecules that make up your physical body, it means that your human form is actually 99.999% space. And what is this space? It is the quantum field. So the quantum field is not just around you and around everything. It is within you. And so when we say your thoughts, your feelings, your aura is measurable, and it is a radiation, you are radiating into the quantum field. And it is your thoughts amplified by your heart energy that actually creates in this physical dimension. It draws to you physical things, but primarily it draws to you experiences. You magnetize by your thoughts, your feelings, your radiation. You magnetize situations, people, things into your life. This is a difficult concept to accept initially, but it is the case. There are no accidents. There are situations that you have attracted into your life by your conscious or subconscious or unconscious thoughts and feelings. And so, what we have said in the past, it is so important for you to recognize those thoughts and feelings that keep your energy down, your judgments, your unresolved issues from the past, because they are still part of your vibration, part of your subconscious programs. And because they're subconscious, you're not even aware that they're running in the background most of the time. It's not until you choose to be aware of these limiting programs that you start to notice them. So, we are taking a long way around, but we wish you to truly understand that every moment you are vibrating energies into the quantum field. And these energies are creative. They are creating limiting experiences if your thoughts and emotions are radiating in a limited way. They are creating beautiful, abundant experiences if you are vibrating at a higher level. And so, of course, our intention in these programs are to assist you vibrating higher and higher. Many experiments have happened here on your earth to demonstrate this.
And so, beloved ones, we wish for you to take a moment to simply feel what we have said. For it is easy to become distracted by the mind, listening to the information. On some other level, your beingness is also listening. And your beingness can give you a deeper sense and a deeper sensitivity to what we are saying. And so perhaps you can take a moment and just ask your beingness to show you demonstrations from your life that you have already lived, where the field has responded to you in real time. Perhaps you can ask your beingness to show you how it is you are vibrating right now in this moment. Bring your full focus to the here and now. For in this series, Awakening to Oneness, we are providing opportunities for you almost to peek your head out of the illusion of how you have been taught this reality works into a far greater understanding of the orchestration of the oneness of all things. And so in a moment, we will talk of these experiments. But first, there is a foundational understanding that is so simple that we wish for you to ponder over, to integrate. And that understanding is the holographic nature of your reality. We have spoken of these quantum pixels of energy that make up your whole universe. They actually create the very matrix of space and time. Normally, these pixels flash in and out of reality so quickly, and they are in perfect balance. And so your space-time feels smooth. It is in perfect equilibrium, and that is why, even though there is almost an infinite amount of energy, you tend not to feel it. And beloveds, when there is an imbalance in those pixels of energy, it creates a great whirlwind, and that is what creates the proton. It is a boundary condition of an almost infinite amount of energy swirling. And so within those tiny pixels of energy that are contained within a single proton, there are the exact number of energy pixels as there are protons in the universe. We have talked of this. It is the work of the physicist Nassim Haramein. It is his discovery that has unlocked many other discoveries in physics that will be coming more to the forefront in your years to come. But for now, it is a very simple idea we wish to give you, which is that inside of every proton is the information of what every other proton in your universe is doing. Its location, its status. There is a very simple understanding here. The whole of the universe knows what the whole of the universe is doing at all times. At any minute point in the universe, there is the information of the whole. And so if you can really, truly grasp this, you will understand that there is one field of information that is continuously updating itself. This is why when you change, you instantaneously change your reality. And so in this series, we wish for you to know how powerful of a creator you truly are. But there is more. Because, beloveds, when you are in the density of thinking you are separate from the all that is, you have far less access to that vast one field of information, energy, knowingness, superconsciousness. And so you could imagine almost like a hose pipe that is closed tightly, and you have a little tiny drop of influence. And when you are in the vast current of the quantum field, feeling yourself at one with all that is, that current of information flows both ways. You are creative and you are receptive. You are creator, and you are also in a heightened state of intuition, receptivity for the information that is coming from those updates of what every other proton in the whole universe is doing. So you can plant seeds and you can receive information. Take a breath. For all this is simply to say that when you vibrate in resonance with the field, you become a far more powerful creator because you are aligning with the energy, the creative energy, the intelligent energy of your universe itself. And so the experiments this one Julianne was describing to Pragit before we began this day are very simple. They are from the Heart Math Institute, and these are people who have measured what is called heart coherence, which is a phenomena that occurs with the beat by beat changes in the rhythm of your heart. So when you are thinking or you are in an ordinary state or an agitated state, your heart rhythm tends to be more jagged. And there is nothing wrong with this. It is simply a part of being in a semi-unconscious days here on your earth. Understand, it is simply the way it is when you are operating from the mind. When, however, you drop into a deeper state, which they call heart coherence, and you can get there through feeling your body, through slowing down, through breathing a little more slowly. You can do this now as we speak. So dropping your awareness from the head down to the heart. Taking a moment, can you feel your heart is beating? You can even put a hand there if you wish. Not a great efforting, simply becoming one with your heart, the center of your chest. Allowing the breath to slow. Allowing the awareness of the field to grow. There are many ways to heart coherence. Many of you are dropping into it even now. It is a state where there is a smooth, wave-like rhythm to the heart beat variability, as they call it, the beat by beat differences in your heart rate, your heart rhythm. So your heart rhythm itself becomes smooth, coherent. Gratitude is one of the classic ways to enter. So take a moment, find gratitude within your own self, and let your heart feel that gratitude. And so the experiments that this brilliant Heart Math Institute have carried out are vast, and there are many experiments on how heart coherence enhances your intuition. We wish to talk to you about how it enhances your conscious ability to enact change in your physical dimension. And so the experiment that this one has heard about from Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. You can learn more about it there. Quite simply, they created 3 study groups, 3 control groups, as they call it. One group simply brought their intention. One group simply went into heart coherence, and the other group combined their intention with heart coherence. The task that they were given was to hold in their hand a vial of their own DNA. This is because DNA is one of the most stable biomolecules. It is also known to respond to. So the task they were given was to intend to either wind up or unwind the DNA. It is that simple. So some of the study group simply brought their intention, wind, unwind. Some of the study group did not have the intention. They just went into the heart coherence. And the others brought the heart coherence and combined their intention. The only ones who were able to effect change were the ones who combined the elevated emotional state, the heart coherence, combined with their intention.
Mm-hmm.
And so, beloveds, can you see how simple, truly, all that we wish to bring you is so simple? It is to know yourself as a powerful being, not because you have read vast amounts of research, not because we have told you that you are powerful, but because you are starting to discover the mechanisms by which you can effect change in your lives. And it is what you love to do already. This is the beauty. You already love to enter into higher states.
So let us move into a meditation together right now. As always, we invite you to be comfortable, relaxed, and then close the eyes and go inside. And so inviting the energies of the earth up into the body, into your energy field.
So we are calling for the energies of the earth.
Just the asking, just the allowing. And now we are going to ask each one of you to invite an etheric stargate to come to you. And remember now, every time we invite you, bring the intention of the mind and the desire of the heart. Combine these two, asking inside for an etheric stargate to come to you, visualizing it coming down around you, feeling how much you would like this etheric stargate to be with you right now.
And so, with our hearts and our minds, we are calling for an etheric stargate.
And just feel, imagine, as the consciousness of the stargate responds to you. And asking for your stargate to activate, which is giving it your permission to work with you directly.
We call for the activation of all the stargates around the world.
And your stargate will begin to radiate a very soft, very gentle energy. Very good. And we are going to vibrate all the stargates, physical and etheric, faster and faster now. And as most of you are aware, we will be moving the higher vibration up and up, moving through the vibrations of the different dimensions. We've already started doing this. We're already moving through the fifth dimensional energetics into the sixth, merging now into the frequency ranges of the seventh dimension, where we pause for a few moments and we ask you to ask inside again with this combined energetic, asking for a strong seventh dimensional energy in your etheric stargate.
And so we call for a strong seventh dimensional energy field in all the stargates around the world.
And as you simply stay in a relaxed state, these energies are radiated from your stargate, touching you, caressing you, actually energizing each and every cell, vibrating your DNA. As you relax, your own energy field gently rises, and you are in harmony with the seventh dimensional energies around you. It is that simple, it is that easy, nothing to do, just being present, relaxed, and allowing yourself to receive these nourishing energies. And now we are going to continue to vibrate the stargates faster and faster, quite rapidly now, moving out of the seventh dimensional energy fields through the eighth into the ninth, continuing to vibrate faster, merging into the 10th dimensional energetics right now, continuing vibrating into the 11th dimensional frequencies. And now, as always, merging into the 12th dimensional energetics, where we pause your stargate. Your stargate is now vibrating and radiating around you 12th dimensional energies. So asking inside for a strong 12th dimensional energy field in your etheric stargate.
So we are calling for a strong 12th dimensional energy field in all the stargates around the world.
And again, just gently being aware of the energies your etheric stargate is radiating to you. And since the last two meditations we have done together, your stargate is vibrating in a much deeper, higher way than it has ever done before. It is triggering within you a greater potential, not something that you need to think about. In fact, thinking about it can actually get in the way. So right now, as you receive these energies, your own energy field is beginning to harmonize with the 12th dimensional energies around you. You become one with that energy field. And as you know, you become very sensitive to the guides and the beings who are here to support your awakening. And so now, once more, we are going to ask you to invite the angelic realm to come into this global meditation, to create an energy field around each one of us, and because of the Stargate grid, around the planet. So each one of you asking inside now for the presence and support of the angelic realm.
And so we call for the presence and support of the angels.
And just feel, here they come. the angelic realm, coming into this meditation, surrounding us all with their loving presence. Very good. And as we have done in the last two meditations, we ask each one of you again with the energies of the heart and the energies of the mind, your intention and your desire, asking for the Elohim Council to bring their energies to the forefront, to amplify their presence in this global meditation.
And so, with your feeling, asking inside, we are calling forth the presence of the angels of the Elohim.
And feel as their energy gets a little stronger within that angelic field that we are all being held in. They are coming forward once more. And in this meditation, they are going to be adjusting your etheric stargate to your frequency, to your presence. This has never been done before. This is the first time we are sharing this with you. And so we ask each one of you to give your permission for your etheric stargate to be gently adjusted, aligned with your presence, giving the Elohim permission to work with you in this way. Asking inside, giving them your permission. Very good. And the intention in this meditation, whilst you are vibrating at this 12th dimensional level, the intention is to connect with those 7 generations of your ancestors. And for those future generations beyond you, your children, if you have them, your grandchildren, if you have them, and maybe 1 or 2 have great grandchildren. So in this meditation, first of all, we again are going to ask you with a strong intention and a deep desire to invite your ancestral line of these 7 generations into the past. And so when you invite them, we want you to visualize them in whatever way comes to you. Maybe they are standing around you. Maybe you are seeing this inverted pyramid in a sense, the way that often your ancestry is drawn. But we wish you to connect to the beingness of each one of your ancestors. Not into the future yet, just into the past. And so right now, with the support of your etheric stargate, we ask you to call into this meditation, into this timeless moment of now, your ancestor going back 7 generations.
So, with your heart and your mind asking inside, we are calling for the presence of our ancestors.
And just feel as they respond to you, just feel an energetic coming to you and visualizing your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents, quite possibly, but just to see this gathering around you of hundreds of your direct relatives from the past, your ancestors, and just feel them coming to you. And now, we wish for you, in your own words, to explain to them that you are inviting them to receive energies that we will be sharing with you, inviting them to evolve spiritually as you evolve, to stay connected to you as you move through these experiences together, as you move deeper on your life's path together. So, in your own words now, invite them to be open and receptive in this moment and in the future, so that they too can benefit fully from your own personal evolution. Take a moment now and express this to them. Very good. And so, inviting them to connect more deeply with your energy field. In fact, in your mind's eye, you can invite them to have their own etheric stargates. You can create a large etheric stargate over them all if you wish. And so when you do this, they are connected more deeply to you. And so now we ask you to invite the presence of the Blessed Mother.
So, asking inside, we are calling for the presence of the Blessed Mother, Mary or Maria.
And feel, here she comes, feeling her energy coming gently into this meditation, into all the stargates around the world. Gently coming, and her energy getting stronger now. When she comes, she always comes gently, and then the energy gets stronger. The Blessed Mother, Maria, Mary, sharing her love with you. And now, again, with the heart and the mind, asking the Blessed Mother to bless and to love your ancestral line. For their lives have been more challenging, for they have been in a much denser, darker time period than you are in now. So just asking them to receive the love from the Blessed Mother. Let them know the love of Spirit coming from the divine feminine. And also now just inviting the Buddha to bring his divine masculine energy into your etheric stargate and into stargates of your ancestors.
And so again, asking with feeling, we are calling for the presence of Gautama the Buddha.
And feel the Buddha as he brings his energy here, right now, into this meditation. The Buddha, divine masculine energy, bringing his love, compassion, understanding into your ancestors. And one last master for now, Kuan Yin. For as you know, she is known for her compassion. And all your ancestors need to have compassion for their own selves, for they have struggled in their lifetimes to become more conscious. Most of the time, not even being aware that they are holding that intention, preparing for you. And so we ask for the presence of Kuan Yin and feel as she brings her gentle energy. And now you ask your ancestors to receive the love and the blessing from these three masters. Very good. And now thank your ancestors for being with you. You have created a flow of energy from the past into your now. And that will move naturally into the future generations. Your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, if you have them. The flow from these 7 generations from the past, getting stronger and clearer as it comes towards you in this moment of now, will connect with you and flow through you into the future generations. So now, beloved ones, having expressed your gratitude to these other generations, slowly feel yourself fully in your body, coming fully back into the now. And then feeling the room around you, still with your eyes closed, just feeling the room and where you are within your room. And then slowly and gently, whenever you're ready, allowing the eyes to come open, coming fully back, but staying connected with these gentle energies that you have created for yourself and beyond. So, a gentle welcome back. Stay with the energy. See if you can stay with your energy with your eyes open so that we can get used to being in these high energy fields with our eyes open, even though, like Jules, you want to keep your eyes closed. And so now, if you wish, you can just share your experiences. And Diane is saying, how can I embrace the future generations when I have no children? We are radiating these energies out around the planet. You remember that? And so for anyone that's open and receptive, whatever age, these energies are available. The reason that we're doing it directly with our ancestors is because we have a much stronger connection with them and a much stronger connection with our physical generations that follow us. But don't be worried. We are all working together. Mm. And Geraldine is asking a similar question. What if there's nobody after me? Well, that's how it works. So I'm inviting Jules to read some of your comments, but she's not fully back yet.
Yeah, I'm still floating somewhere in the ethers.
Okay, so Diana is saying, well, I had a real hard time with that one. When you said to bring in ancestors, I had a panic attack with pounding heart because I was afraid of entity attachments, which I've heard so much about. Okay, Diana, and everyone else, understand this. It is impossible for low frequency energies, whether it's from your ancestors or any other negative energies, it is impossible for them to enter into the Stargate energy field. So it's your fear, your internal fear that came to the surface. And that's a beautiful thing to recognize. But it's also important to really know that the Stargate is taking care of you. When fears arise in a meditation or at any moment in your life, relax. That's the first thing, relax. Because when the energy of fear comes in, it is a lower vibration. So the very thing that you are worried about, the lower vibrations of so-called entities, you actually created for yourself with the fear. It's, in a sense, it's a natural thing because the Stargate energies bring up into your awareness your limitations. And all limitations are based in fear, if you trace them back. So you gave yourself a great experience, Diana. Just recognize how easily you drop into fear and make a decision. I'm going to live my life with more and more love.
So there's a similar thing from Patricia here. I have done work to sever the ties of the old habit patterns to my lineage. So I'm a little confused about bringing them back. What I would say is just take a breath. So, in the same way that when we experience these energies, we experience them through our nervous systems. And so they gently kind of like automatically, without us doing anything, start to like clear out the old gunk and funk, all the places inside of us where perhaps we felt unloved or unsafe.
Mm.
This is what we're doing for our lineage right now. So we're using the power of the higher dimensional consciousness of the guides and the Stargate itself to create a field where we have nothing to worry about. And that energy can radiate and affect change on levels that we may know nothing about.
Mm.
This is about creating more freedom. And so it's not the same as it's the Einstein quote, right? You can't fix a problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. So we're not like reaching back and pulling karma or ties or old habit patterns from like this level of consciousness. We're going above and we're like creating like a radiation that can dissolve things.
And also, when you call your ancestors, you are talking to the superconscious self of your ancestors or the higher self of your ancestors. You're not bringing in that old limited human self. So
here's a sorry.
no, it's
Okay.
all right.
Here's a cool comment from Victoria, who wrote this right before I started talking just now. She said, "This was a deeply emotional experience. The energy was supercharged. I had an inner knowing that the change has occurred and the message was received by the ancestors. Also, I felt the future generations have already been changed."
Mm. And Catherine is saying, amazing. My ancestors came to me in my dreams early this morning, and I didn't understand why until now.
Susan saying, "I felt a golden light around me, and all my ancestors were telling me to carry the torch forward."
And Maritza is saying, this is beyond beautiful. Last night, for the first time, I placed an enhanced Stargate onto all my siblings. It felt well received and beautiful. And Donatella is saying, my ancestors seem to be aware of what we are doing and willing to participate. Yay. Deb is saying, felt my ancestors walk into my back and place themselves in the heart chambers, feeling like a lovely place to connect with them. Yeah.
Florence is saying, "It is the first time I have felt totally at peace with my ancestry, and I'm very grateful because I have a very heavy family background." How beautiful.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Can you scroll that?
Yeah. Oops.
Okay. Martina is saying it was very touching. My tears came, and near the end of the meditation, I saw two wings on my back, feeling my two lineages giving wind to my life. I love it. Karen is saying to me, it's such a beautiful, beautiful, compassionate gesture to help.
As well as an intense energy, almost pressure, that is still filling my head makes me so happy. There's more to this feeling that I just don't have words for. Thank you. Bring me more. Yeah. And Tanya is saying, my biological family is not my soul family. I know I came to transform. So I'm not clear about ancestors. I couldn't really connect.
Well, do the meditation again. Connect with your physical ancestors, because that's the intention of this meditation and this particular whole experience today.
Yeah. And And Tanya, if there are other soul family connections that are meant to be transformed through this particular meditation, it will happen on its own. But it feels like there's actually something very powerful in terms of our DNA lineage. There's a kind of special entanglement that we have with those people. So be open to the possibility that you actually chose them, even though you might not like them.
Yeah, this is an important thing. I just want to say,
Yeah.
Alcazar wants to say, beloved ones, understand that life experiences and heavy conditioning can affect the very physical DNA. Therefore, you have within you DNA that has been adjusted. So, beloved ones, we always invite you to be relaxed and open and trust that what we are bringing to you is for your highest experiences. We are not trying to manipulate you into the new. We are simply showing you ways that you can evolve. We do not force you into these meditations. We see that some of you move deeply into them and others not so deeply. That is okay. As you have heard today, some experience a level of fear, their own fear coming to the surface. We do not override your experience. We simply invite you to step into it. How deep you go is always up to you. So, beloved ones, we invite you to trust. We invite you to understand there is so often much more going on in these meditations than we talk about. You do not have to be afraid of previous generations that were not so beautiful. You do not have to be afraid of entities that may have carried. No. This was working with the superconscious cells of each of your ancestors. You are doing well. We encourage you to do some of these meditations again because it will take it deeper. If you find the meditation that brings up fear or somehow you do not feel the full benefit, repeat it. We will be there with you, encouraging you simply with our love. Okay? All right. Well,
Good old Alki. I really feel that phenomena where with the Stargate work, we really are opening an interdimensional doorway. And so the simple act with our free will here as representatives of humanity, as representatives entangled with our lineage in the past and into the future, all we have to do is open the door. And what floods in is this super intelligent, super conscious, super loving presence that's operating on all of these different levels. And if we really tune into it, we can almost feel it happening. This is why we feel lighter and like often exuberant, like bubbly or joyful or just like deeply still after these meditations. There's a knowingness that our humanness receives, that like levels and levels and layers and depths of us are being touched.
So an interesting comment here from Prana. As I am going on my evolution, it affects in a good way. Let it be. If it affects in a good way, let it be. But I'm very clear that I'm not taking any responsibility for them. I'm taking only responsibility for myself. Thank you. Well, Prana, you may not see it, but there's an element of fear there in your comment. We're not asking you to take responsibility for them. We are simply inviting you to offer them the love of the Blessed Mother, the intelligence of the Buddha, the compassion of Kuan Yin, and inviting them to open up and to receive any gifts that naturally flow to them as you evolve. So, if you can look at your comment and see the fear behind that, that would be beautiful.
I mean, I do think it's beautiful to be very clear that you're only responsible for yourself. So, because it's like it creates a kind of relaxation in the field. It's like, okay, like chill.
If it's said in that way, that's something else.
Yeah.
I'm just picking up.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to encapsulate what you just said is for the human part, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
It's the super conscious of us working with the super conscious of our ancestry. That's what we're up to here.
Yeah. And
David, go ahead.
Blue Dragonfly is saying, thank you. I also have heavy ancestry. And they were all willing to receive this energy. And it was very heavy
at first,
then loving and beautiful. Thank you for this beautiful healing. Yeah.
Yeah. And David and Sinead are asking, what happens if you go out for the meditation? Are you still affecting your ancestors, even if you're not consciously aware of what happened in the meditation? I regularly have no recollection of what happens in these meditations.
Well, it's time to stop saying that. Start intending to be present. Because in a meditation like this, it's your clear intention and desire that moves these things much deeper. So stop telling yourself you regularly go out, and before the beginning of each meditation, intend to be present.
And just to add to that, it's also, Alcazar has said again and again and again, you're not really asleep if you feel like you're falling asleep during the meditation. If you fall asleep and you don't wake up till the next morning, then you fell asleep. But if you are coming back just as the meditation is ending, it's a good sign that you're actually just moving to a high level of consciousness that the mind can't go to. And so what started happening to me during the Q&As during our longer workshops is like, I literally feel like I'm like being forced by the field into taking a nap. But Alcazar told me that what's actually happening is that I'm leaving my body. And in that space, my superconscious self can do work that my humanness, it's beyond my humanness, essentially. I just want to throw that out there for David and Sinead and anyone else who's like, oh, I don't remember what happened. Is it still working? There's a potential, a very strong potential that you're actually doing way more than you're aware of. So just be open to that. And we'll leave you with this last comment. So Angela is saying, your siblings and cousins share your DNA. So if you have no children, you're still healing and evolving the ancestors. So yes, this is something for those of us who never plan to have kids. Your lineage goes on. And that entanglement of your DNA with other beings on the planet goes on. And also, it's an interesting phenomenon that Pragit's talking about because it's actually your ancestors from the past have incarnated again, many of them, and potentially not even in your physical DNA lineage. So just be open to the potential that as you're affecting change from your ancestors from the past, they're represented here as souls receiving something, being freed in the present.
Yep.
Okay.
Time to go. Thank you so much. We don't want to keep all these translators. They do such a challenging job. We thank you all very much for the work that you do so that this is possible to go out to all these different languages. Okay, we love you all. Tomorrow is a question and answers for those people that have offered to support the Stargate on a higher level. And if you want to join that and you want to upgrade, then just send an email to support@thestargateexperience.com and they will show you how to upgrade.
Indeed.
Sorry, I just dumped that on you, Brenda.
No, that's okay. They already have a process for that.
Oh, perfect.
And cool. And we did, for those of you who are on that higher level, we made a form so you can submit your questions. But if you show up live, we might be.
Well, we'll be checking the questions in the chat, but we'll also be focusing on the ones that have been written in already.
Yeah. So we'll see y'all there.
Okay.
Much love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.